Cashews of chaos.
He's like, fuck, do it again.
I know. Are we live? Did you just put us back on? Oh. Fucking screw up. Right. We left for a break, guys. We left for a break, and we can't leave you, you know, kind of for 5 fucking minutes before you go off and cause chaos. We know what you've done. You're in fucking Twitch TV /fatalities, spamming Call the Dwarf and Cashews of Chaos. We can go to my screen. His Fatality is playing 1v1 Painkiller right now. Most viewers he's had for a while, 282. And
Call the Dwarf
and John probably doesn't like me anyway. I mean, I'm not his favourite person by any means. But he's actually good at this game.
Because you stole his teddy bear once, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, he's the best at that game, or was.
Yeah, I guess.
When it mattered, he defeated.
He won. Yeah, he won the championship for it. Yeah, it's a good game, Painkiller. It's a shame that HD is rubbish, but it's really good. I'm surprised he's found someone to fucking play against. It's probably one of his training partners.
Yeah.
You remember that? He used to have training partners,
Yeah.
John. Like, they didn't go into tournaments. They didn't talk much. They just followed him around, and he was like, I want to beat you. They were like little gimps or something. He'd smack around in game. So maybe he's still got him on the payroll, and some poor kid's got a 10-year contract, and he's having to play Painkiller for 10 hours today in a gimp mask.
Come here, Tom. Play.
But it worked for him. It worked. He actually got, like, they helped him a lot. So he was one of the first person that did that.
Sounds like Pro League.
Yeah. Are you playing or training the gimp? Right. So guys, let's get back to where we're going. That is obviously StarCraft 2, and we got Adebisi in the corner. Welcome back, Adebisi. Yay.
He's finished now.
I am.
How much Swedish do you know?
I know pretty much no Swedish.
One word.
I know cha. It's like TJA.
Cha.
Yeah, Greykarn taught me that. Nobody else was kind enough to teach me any Swedish though, so.
Go on and
That's
this is you to teach him something, basically.
Yeah, you got
I will.
Come on.
That's my resolution for this year.
Everyone's got, like, we were meant to do resolutions on this show. Everyone is like, fuck that. Like, and you guys.
Well, why don't you start
Fuck that.
So what do you want to learn in Swedish?
Hello would probably be a good start.
Jävlar.
You want to pick up girls? You want to buy a boots?
Buying boots? I didn't actually bring any boots.
Yeah,
so
let's learn
some
how
boots.
to buy boots.
Yeah.
Mike's walking into a shop. He wants to say, hello, please could you show me to your boot section? I'm particularly interested in something cowboy-esque. How would you say that?
Oh my god. Tjena, jag ska vilja kolla på några skor, några som är cowboy-liknande.
Alright, I'll have that mastered by next week, okay? It will be really...
Useful phrases from Mike.
It doesn't matter which language I speak, still cannot pronounce it well enough. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So you happy to be back, Mike? You've been here for how many days now?
What's today? They all blur together already.
What's today? You just looked at your watch. Does your watch have days on it?
Yeah, it's got the 15th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's... Look at that.
Got
Right
here
there.
the 12th.
Yeah, I've been here like 3 days, but I'm flying out again to Poland in less than a day. So, yeah. Actually, less than a day.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. And you got your own room now, haven't you?
I do, yeah. It's nice. It's spiffy.
Safe masturbating.
Yeah.
He never knew while he was kipping out in the studio if the cameras were randomly going to turn on. But
It was worth the risk, that's all I can say, right?
Okay, so StarCraft 2, let's get into some of the news. The first thing is actually going to be about some training houses, Fnatic and Complexity. are closing their training houses. Now, Fnatic hasn't actually been confirmed by Fnatic, but it's been written about by the...
Yeah, I think This Is Game, which is Korean media, was reporting that.
So 2 of them are to close gaming houses, and also while Axion and Clarity opens theirs. So in terms of Fnatic and complexity, what have you got to say on that, Mike, if anything?
I mean, I think Fnatic, everyone kind of saw that coming with Wani leaving the organization. They don't have a big Korean roster. You know, Knight and Todd, who were in Korea, left. They're not playing in GSTL, so it's kind of expected. It's too bad, right? It was cool having them there, but... complexity maybe a little bit more. Unfortunately, it's kind of good having another American house, but
Especially one of the bigger teams.
Mike,
I mean,
could I ask something of you?
yes,
If you sit up just a little bit, you'll look less
I
like
know,
a talking
but
head.
why can't he slouch or something? Like, come on. All right, is
I
that
think
good?
it might actually be our camera that's moved,
So it's Scrift's fault.
pretty much. Trance's fault.
But I think between Fnatic and Complexity, what you can see is that both of them went very heavy into Korean players, and now more or less they got rid of all of them, or not at least putting as much money into it.
yeah.
So I think something can make a conclusion from it that the Korean investment for these two hasn't been good. I mean, Complexity picked up Nada, didn't do more or less anything with it, and Fnatic picked up Moon, also like a
Yeah, I think
superstar.
both of those were like really kind of questionable pickups, where it's like, let's just get a really big name, and then
Yeah, but
they don't do
something
anything
comes
with
of
it.
it.
Like,
didn't use it that well.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, what would any organization do with them? I mean, although I guess Nada's with Azubu now, being a coach and
Manager,
talent
team
scout,
manager.
along
In League of Legends.
with in League of Legends.
No,
Is
StarCraft.
No.
Oh right, yeah, he did a commercial for League of Legends in Korea.
Yeah,
That's why I mixed
yeah.
it up.
Yeah,
sorry.
we'll talk about Azuba in a bit, but
Yeah.
not
So-
as their manager.
But I think I don't know if the Koreans has lived at all or in the American house. I guess they stayed there before or after the tournament.
Well, they mentioned
But
it in,
for sure, it has been the American players. I think like Trimaster and those
Ghost
guys.
User, etc.
Yeah, it was Trimaster, QXC, and then they also kind of
Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch and Ghost User, and to me, like the Complexity House was really good as like a springboard for their academy. To
Yep.
I mean, you're not giving the players these massive salaries, but you say, hey, here's an opportunity. You got a place to live.
And
Play as much as you can and see how you do. And I mean, Ghost User now he's
Millennium?
living in the Millennium House now. He's doing well, and Iron Squid almost got the top 4. Like
think
there's
another
some
thing was
results
Gonzi.
there, but it just
Gonzi not getting picked up again as well. I mean, they mentioned that in the article that Gonzi spent a couple days over there, but never really any kind of significant amount of time.
yeah, Gonju
So-
is kind of.
It was kind of just like the crash pad for Ghost User, QXC, Sasquatch. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't quite the crash pad I think they wanted with the... I think the whole complexity of their Korean squad kind of just wasn't planned as well as it could have been. Like, I mean, Ganji was always the kind of player who was never going to last too long. I mean, he had military service coming up and then wrist problems, like, constantly. Like, he was forfeiting out of MLGs because of wrist problems. And, I mean,
Yeah.
when you're paying a pair a salary and flying them around the world to play in MLGs and then they get there and they forfeit, like... That just investment doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
And they have Sangho Killer also.
Yeah, and Killer is another player who's been around so long. Whereas I think it makes more sense. You look at EG, they kind of pick up like JYP. You know, some of the like. I mean, Puma was around a long time, but younger Korean players who are going to be around longer. Hart was really good, but
Yeah, he was in Complexity too.
yeah,
Right?
So the Complexity Gaming House that closed, that was in America, right?
yeah, it was in Texas.
And their reason for it was
That they're
the
looking-
media guy was leaving, and they didn't
Yeah,
get.
that sounded really strange actually.
Yeah, that's what I felt. But like, what do you make of it, Mike? 'Cause-
Well, I think ultimately, and there's ESFI did like a 20-minute interview with Jason Lake, and he talked more about it there. And I mean, you can use the talking point of the media production they wanted from the house wasn't there, but ultimately, I think they just looked at it and were like, this isn't worth the money.
No.
And ultimately, I would speculate the Gamma Gamers sponsorship, they lost that.
Which one's that?
Gamma Gamers, they make like energy powder and stuff. I don't know too
They
much.
make
about it.
energy.
Yeah, it's
What do you
like
mean?
it's like workout stuff.
Oh, okay.
You know, like all that stuff.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. I don't
It
use
just seems like the
So
classic
you-
situation. You know, like the team is saying, okay, we're making this investment. It's not paying off. We can take that money that we're putting into this house, and now that they've lost their Korean squad, perhaps they're rethinking a situation or a strategy.
Yeah,
for that.
I mean, I
And they're
think-
gonna put that money into picking up another big
Yeah,
name.
I think we'll know in like a month or month and a half, maybe, like where Complexity is going with StarCraft 2, because they said they want to refocus, and I think NewmaN said the other day on the show, or last week, I suppose, like a lot of teams don't really know where to go. It's like, do you pick up, one big name player, 5 lesser known players, and they've said I think they've got at least one Korean lined up they're picking up, and then they'll go from there. But I mean, all it takes is like them to pick up Symbol or Hyun, and then maybe 1 or 2 other smaller names, and all of a sudden Complexity is a powerhouse team again.
Got to say though, with the house, that I think that the Americans that they have done really good. I mean, Minigun did okay. Trimester also kind of good. QXE has its up and down, but Sasquatch did some really good, impressive tournaments last year of MLG,
Yeah.
especially. So I think that
It's
to some
Ghost using
extent,
as the poster
Complexity it has paid off for them.
Oh,
But
I think
was
it
not
paid
worth
off. Paid off for the players, maybe not for the organization.
exactly,
ultimately.
Because you take Ghost User, he's kind of the poster boy of the situation, where he had that
Yeah.
training environment, he had the players to practice against, he was putting the time and effort into it, and look what happened. He kind of just was like, well, I'm doing well now, and Millennium jumped on him. And so it's kind of putting Complexity in this situation where they're kind of that middle team. They're not the top tier cream of the crop team anymore. They're kind of that middle team, middleman sort of thing, where players come in and they move on.
I want to ask NewmaN, even though you're off camera, when do you re-sign most of your contracts? Is it like November time? Is that?
I mean, the official date is January 1st. but
Yeah,
I'm starting-
official date January 1st, but you normally
Are
do.
you talking pay contracts or?
No, sponsors.
Depends on the sponsor, but usually January 1st.
Yeah, January 1st. Because that's why I think there's so many changes between people opening, closing houses is much more to do with, sometimes it's not necessarily just the players. Because if you've got an abundance of money because you're doing great, you're like, well, let's work with them more. Because it's not like you put a gamer house and if it doesn't succeed, fuck it. Yeah, that's not how you build something successful.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, like some of the instabilities that have been shown around the teams lately is because the negotiations normally do start around November, and most things get finalised for the year, December, January, and we've seen it with some other teams as well that we'll talk about later, like MTW have lost Demagra, and there's some talks about MTW not doing too well financially and potentially even owing some money out to some players. So, but that's that's rumours. So yeah, some instability there. Instability or instability?
Instability.
All right then. So Axion adds Alicia and Hart and team up with Acer for the GSTL.
Right.
Scarlet goes to Korea, and Grubby to play for FXO. Sorry. So the big talking points here for you, Mike.
I mean, Slasher, of course, leaked this all and ruined all the hype. So, is it even worth discussing, guys? I mean, people saw it coming, but I think it's good. I think it's really kind of, to me, the bigger story is them playing in GSTL, and GSTL kind of needing them because you look at EGTL and Pro League. GSTL, needs some to get the foreign audience back. So this is really important for them, and I think Scarlet is,
She's been talking about going.
that's
forever now.
really big, and I think people are excited to see Scarlet in Korea because Scarlet, of course, is so much fame from winning WCS tournaments without too many Koreans, and then doing well but not winning. So,
Well, you can tie it in with Axiom opening up their house as well. That's definitely going to facilitate the work. Scarlet most likely going to be living there.
and the other news with Axiom is that TB just tweeted that they signed their first sponsor, so they'll be announcing that shortly, I guess.
Who signed their first sponsor?
Axiom.
Yeah, it was Husky and...
It's just Husky and or Husky and the Cynical Brit sponsoring it right now.
Yeah.
I would say with Axiom, from the beginning, I wasn't...
A believer.
No, but I didn't know if it was something good or bad, because I just saw they can't taking care of someone they like Crank. And then when we're forming a team, I wasn't sure, this is maybe not good money, maybe it's nothing, gives stability. But what I see now is that it doesn't really matter, because they do care and they do put in a lot of money into it, and it's good for the StarCraft scene, and especially these Koreans.
Absolutely.
But with all these YouTube millions of dollars or whatever, maybe they could hire a better, doing hype trailer movies and some graphics, because...
You didn't like the video?
No.
Come on, the karaoke, man. I was sold.
I didn't actually watch the karaoke, but
I
I
didn't
watched
see
the
the
rest
last
of it.
part of it, but I don't know. It's like
What
to me.
was the video? Can you just describe it for me? Because I didn't see it. Axion announced who?
This partnership and their new signing of Hart and Rion.
Yeah.
What's their
No,
partnership?
Hard
Who's
and
with?
Alicia.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Who's the
With
par-
Acer for...
Okay.
For
And
GSTL.
they did a video
They did a
announcing
hype
it.
video, yeah.
Go on, Semmler, you saw it. So what was it?
Yeah, they did a hype video. They listed the names of the players that are going to be competing, when's it going to happen, and then they wrapped it all up with a fantastic karaoke video.
But I mean,
People
like,
don't agree. They say that it's great.
Yeah.
I just saw half of it though. I didn't see the end.
Like, they had a quote from each player,
Yeah.
and like
I
Mia's
like how
was
Scarlet
funny,
was, like, 3 points.
and
Yeah.
and Scarlet had nothing to say as usual. But I thought it was good, and
People saying it was awesome, and they said, "I'd love it."
I didn't like it at all.
Hellspawn is the naysayer, but no.
Yeah, Hellspawn didn't even watch the end half of it. That was the
No.
best part, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna review it and
Rewatch.
see the last part of
I
it.
we're taking the piss on the karaoke video, but I mean, I think it's great because it shows the players outside of the whole, boxed and packaged. Here's your tournament format. Here he is in his game mode mindset, blah blah blah, training, whatever. And it actually shows them outside of all that and shows the actual players and allows you to even bond with them more. So you're going to be able to actually be more invested in this guy, seeing him win because you're like, hey, dude, he's actually he's a cool guy. I was about to say cool cat.
It's really good for the team too, because you put that video up on Total Biscuit's YouTube channel, and boom, you instantly get 50,000 views on it.
Well, that goes without saying.
And then you can go take that to sponsors, and it's easier to sell than your player having
Where is
2,000
the video
Twitter
on
followers.
YouTube?
I
How
think
do
they
I
have
find
good
it?
possibilities to actually make money from the team
Check
if they really want that. Maybe
Yeah.
they just feel that shipping in some money it's good enough. I mean, like Arbalist did for so long into Navi, or at least for 1 year, but it's for the esports for so long. So I turn around. Like I think this is good.
Yeah.
Actually. Although they said in this video of the house they wouldn't take that many players, now I feel like they're shipping so many people already.
It didn't seem
but
all
it's a
that
good,
big, though, for
it's
all the
a
players.
strong lineup now with MMA and Scarlet and everybody. It's not a, they're gonna have a solid team.
It's a very, very
They're gonna have a very
well-rounded
good team.
lineup too. I mean, nice racial balance.
Yeah.
They should do pretty well in GSTL, and I think it'll be interesting because there's no coach or anything. It's just kind of the players doing what they want. Although maybe Sella will get
playing a part in
involved.
this. You can be pretty sure that Sella's probably going to be spending some time over there.
It'll be interesting to see how they do.
This
I
is
think
gonna-
they definitely have a more laid-back approach than
This
any
is the
other
bit
team.
you
in terms
missed,
of the
Hellspawn.
Korean has.
No, yeah, let me see it. Maybe, but I didn't
it up
see
on
it. I just
screen.
saw half of it.
I don't know, man.
I
I,
think
don't
even
know
Mike
if we
can
got the
confirm.
sound working.
Let's see.
Scurf.
No, Script's
No.
like, no,
Scurf's
fuck
shaking
no.
his head.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, watch it and make your own opinion. No,
Script's
fuck
shaking
no.
his head.
Oh, the graphic
What the
one?
fuck?
No.
Oh, it was working, but it was on. I had the
Didn't
stream up.
Oh,
Do you have the stream going?
No, I had it muted. Anyway, watch it, guys. It's on. You can just find it at Reddit. R Starcraft. It's on there somewhere. But yeah, don't bother listening to our opinions sometimes.
Oh,
We
wait,
haven't
hold
seen
on.
it.
What is this?
But talking also about
Sella
the
will not be
GST,
involved?
talking about the GSTL and Pro League, I just feel that GSTL came off so strong and people really liked it and they were willing to pay for it. But I feel that GAM didn't do anything really good with it. They didn't keep investing into it as much. And now it just feel that Pro League is so more interesting to follow. Of course with the EGTL team, but also with the other teams and the players.
Yep.
And GSTL doesn't. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mike, you watch
Gonna be big.
everything StarCraft 2. Opinions on the difference between Pro League and GSTL and how and where it's going to go
Well,
over 2013.
I mean, GSTL up until now has basically just been like a team tournament, right? It's just been like kind of a group stage and do like a top four, just semifinals and playoffs kind of thing. But now they've said they're going to do a full league format. So this GSTL will be unlike anything in terms of format we've seen before. So I don't know if it will be strictly all kill format or if they'll rotate to. I think that's important. I think if they do that, that will help a lot, having the 6 best of 1 format as well. But it's really yet to be seen, because I look at this GSTL unlike any other. And I mean, production-wise, I think the base, just the base golem production is definitely kind of better than what's going on with the
for
English
sure.
Pro League
That's true.
stream.
So-
And I mean, Wolf and Calder are definitely more liked than the current Pro League commentators.
who you can't name, it seems.
Whiplash and Supernova Maniac? Yeah, Supernova Maniac.
Yeah, good job. I didn't know.
Points.
Yeah, It's a game show now. You're on 20. I was going to ask you, a lot of people said to us when we talked about Pro League that the higher caliber of play is still GSL. Now, with GS, you're kind of like...
I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty close. I think in terms of like Code S is probably better than Pro League, but at the end of the day, I think you're getting kind of a different type of game. You're getting the preparation game, the snipe game, the team atmosphere, and it's just like a different product and style.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, what teams are going to be in GSTL that are going to be as strong or a draw to the audience and, against what Pro League have?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've still, like, Scarlet and Grubby are definitely the foreign draw there with Grubby playing for FXO. But then still you've got, Incredible Miracle,
Exactly. You can't go
MVP,
wrong.
and ST. You can't argue with the draw of them. And then the rest of the teams, too. I mean, you've still got StarTale. There's StarTale, of course, recently losing
Hard against
two of their three best players.
So, Incredible Miracle, obviously, they can't enter Pro League, right?
No.
Well, I mean,
It just seems weird, doesn't it? It's like you've kind of got...
they could negotiate it
They
somehow. I
could,
mean,
but
EGTL is not a Kespa team,
Yeah,
but is in Pro League. So, I mean, it's possible.
It just seems really, really odd that you've kind of got this situation where here's all the best players, or most of the best players over in Korea, but we're going to separate them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also if you look at the GSTL teams, Slayer has died, TSL has died, Fnatic is not around anymore.
Yeah.
So I mean, their league is so much smaller. So of course it was very necessary to get the Axiom Acer team into it.
Yeah.
But still, I just feel that Pro League is already more interesting, and we just
Is it
blossom.
interesting
But
to
the production and commentators for GAM is so much better.
Do you think that it's interesting because it's something new and fresh? I think that's more to the point.
Yeah,
here.
it's
that
more
we know
building
GSTL
storylines
and all
also.
that.
Like you can
The
see the
history
new
behind
teams.
it. Yeah.
You can see new players and
new
teams.
players, new
Yeah.
teams. You have new players to the game who are developing new strategies. I mean, you take players like Rain, for example, who people
Yeah.
say is unstoppable and has an understanding of the game that's unparalleled, all that jazz. So yeah, but you'd still say that the real draw is GSTL. And as pointing out, and as we were going to bring up, Azubu, they picked GSTL over Pro League, so they had the choice and they picked GSTL.
I don't know if they picked it because there's only 8 spots in Pro League. I mean, you can't just add a team. You have to either have 8 or 10 or so forth. So, I mean, in theory, I think Azubu definitely could have come in and sponsored Team 8 and then kind of taken over that roster or something similar. So essentially, they probably could have gotten their brand in. I think actually the more interesting one is actually LG because LG could have sponsored Team 8, and that seems like a likely kind of thing to happen. But instead, they went with IM, and I mean, Kespa is historically the kind of league that the corporate level is all involved in with the whole.
They got their talents
just
out there.
political maneuverings of large corporations. So I think seeing a big company like LG go to an ESF team is very interesting because I mean all the other ESF teams they have nothing. I mean the only one with something is StarTale with Red Bull, but that's through the North American office, so it's not Red Bull Korea sponsoring them.
I'll put you on the spot, Mike. Over 2013, what's going to happen to both organizations, GSL and Pro League?
I think it's hard to say. I mean, I think like GSTL really has to do well. Otherwise, I could see it kind of floundering off. But to me, I think it's not that bad if Golem TV can keep going with GSL. The big kind of wild card there becomes the OSL because OGN said they're not doing another StarCraft 2 tournament until Heart of the Swarm comes out. And how is Kespa going to interact with OGN when they already took away the broadcasting rights for Pro League? Blah, 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 blah. GSL is really, really good. Who knows what's going to I don't know what's going to happen. I mean...
Nobody can really say at this point. It's too early.
I do see Pro League being the league, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But also I think that a lot of the strong people in organizations around Brood War went to League of Legends because that's like the new big game in Korea. So I think like the smart people, the TV people, we see a lot of coaches, see a lot of players moving over. I think like StarCraft 2, they didn't transfer directly, they got even more behind, and then League came instead. So I think StarCraft 2 with the OSL hasn't been that great. And now, they make one decision, then they change it, and now they removed it. Not so great.
All right, so saying that a lot of people from the smart people, you said, from the organisations, moved over to League of Legends, work there, think about today rather than tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe, or just League of Legends is the biggest game, so
in the world. Right?
And I mean,
in Korea, it took 6 months for
It's
it
not
to
the biggest
just
game in the world,
super,
is it?
Super
Angry
growth.
Birds is bigger.
True, and Farmville.
And
Farmville.
Farmville, yeah. We must be dumb fuckers for not doing that on our show.
I think Blizzard is stupid fucks to do StarCraft or Diablo and not Farmville.
Let's ring Blizzard up. We have a message here from one of our
Let's
guests,
call Mike
Hellspawn.
Moran.
He represents DreamHack, the people that you give a license to do StarCraft 2 coverage
That
to.
was a
He would
joke,
like
no.
to say, yeah, but that was a joke as well. Is a joke to a joke? Can we make another joke?
too far.
Roll with
It'd be
it.
a fun situation. I'm sure Robert Olin would appreciate it. Okay, so Azubu to participate in GSTL, looking to add 2 more players. Mike, do you want to wrap this up quickly?
I mean, we kind of talked
Yeah.
about they're going to be the 8th team, of course, for GSTL. So both leagues. 8
do you know what
teams.
players maybe you're going to...
I would speculate on the TSL players just
Yeah.
because ESF is handling those negotiations. So ESF, they probably want to keep Hyun and Symbol in ESF. Well, although it's not an ESF team, but they want to keep it,
Yeah,
in
they wanna keep them
GSTL
okay.
and so forth. And it would just make sense. And I think like Hyun is a player who probably doesn't want to be on a Kespa team. Like some players do want to be on Kespa teams. Some
You take Squirtle, for
I'm done.
example.
Yeah.
Parting, for example.
Okay. GSL Codes groups announced. Codes begins January the 22nd with a new map pool.
yeah.
I have nothing else. Mike, this is how it goes, right? I read the title, then I look at you like a lost puppy.
You're really cute though. So that's
Thank you.
good.
And then you sort out the problem, which is knowledge in this case. So what have you got for us, Mike?
That GSL starts
talk
on
about.
January 22nd. No, I mean they've changed their map pool. I haven't looked too much at the new maps. I couldn't even find one of them. I think it's only the Korean media that's got those up.
Yeah.
But hopefully they're better. All the groups are friggin' stacked, and of course,
Ridiculous.
I'm sure EG's happy because they've got 2 players.
Stefano and Huck.
Stefano seeded in, and then Huck managed to make it through the up and downs.
I was strong on him. I mean, he was in Codes when? It's
a while ago.
Like 1 year ago or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be less. I'm not sure, but
Still
it's been
wondering
a
how
long
he
time.
managed.
And he has been so off the radar. I think that people to some extent forgot, and I think that he forgot about him, and I think he did some good tweets like, okay, now everybody suddenly loves me again. Now everybody just hated on him for so long.
Who's
Doing
this?
so
Huck.
Huck,
Buck
yeah.
Huck,
I mean,
yeah.
LOL takes up your time, man.
Well, I mean, like Huck's results in the past, he got. I'm not sure if it was 9th or 10th you needed in Canada to get to the
got the
WCS
last
He was
North
on
America.
9th, the last.
But he got 9th there, and then maybe it was 10th, but
believe
he
it was
got
10th,
he
but
got the
whatever.
last
Point
qualifying
being.
slot at WCS Canada and WCS North America, and for like a top sponsored player to do that is kind of like, well, how the hell did that happen, right? Like he's so much better than that.
I noticed that with
so.
Huck's kind of reception from the crowd. I actually asked chat. I mean, how do you feel about being a Huck fan, or are you a Huck fan, or do you like seeing Huck lose? Like, you can tell me in chat, because I've noticed this, because when he first came out, everyone was like, yeah, this is really cool. And I feel like it's his gameplay that's really, like, people have kind of not...
Tired of?
Yeah, tired of it. It seems like he hasn't evolved his game enough from where he started. And to me, it kind of like... I was trying to think like what it's like to be a Huck fan, and I think I remember coming up with something like, being a fan of Huck is kind of like fancying fat chicks. It's like, it's fine, yeah, if you do, but the fact is, none of your mates understand the logic behind it, because there is none. Like, that's what it must feel like to be a Huck fan.
You're digging deep for this one, mate.
Well, no, I was I was in one of those moods, like, it just came to me. But the point is, it's like, you've got Huck fans, and then you got people who are like, but why? But they're just like, no, but I really like Huck. You know, like, and you're just like, why? And you know, and
Well, I
then,
mean,
'cause I don't-
being half Canadian and being on Team Liquid just earns you a lot of fans if you have decent results. So
And it
it's
used
pretty
to be that
natural
he
to have a big fan
did
base.
have decent results, and it used to be that he had almost a unique playstyle where he was just
Well, I'd say he still
all-around
has a very unique
aggressive. He
playstyle.
still has a unique playstyle, but he used to be hardworking and just fucking aggressive, and that was his style. So it was always exciting to watch his games because you knew he was going to wreck face.
Wait.
And-
You said decent results?
What do you mean? No, he said decent results.
No,
but
you
that's,
said
that's not what I said.
No, you
Or
didn't.
did I just say that? Whatever. Point being, fucking Huck is now. It seems like he kind of lost motivation when he got onto EG and stopped putting the same work into his game, and so it stagnated. The rest of the players kept moving along, and he kind of just stayed in the same place. And now you're just wondering, has he finally found the passion that he had a year ago to get past it again and get up to that top rarefied atmosphere of the StarCraft 2 scene?
Or
whether
just-
it's going to happen or not, fuck knows.
but
Or
one-
it hasn't just worked out for him. I don't know if it's just about passion, but of course, I mean, 2011, I think he won like $57,000. He was on top for sure in North America.
Fuck yeah, he was.
This year he earned 15,000. He was behind Scarlet Vibe and Killer,
But-
and
The
I
thing
mean he
is
came
how
off
fun-
strong. He came off strong in the beginning. I think it was MLG Arena and then Championship. He come top 4 or something at both.
Yeah, okay. But the thing
But
is,
then he hasn't been around at all.
I think the important thing to note is that when he was coming up, he was fucking hungry. And I
Yeah.
think when he got the EG, he was one of the highest paid contracted players at the time, like by far.
Money
And I'm
can make
wondering-
you lazy.
Exactly. I'm wondering if it didn't fuck with his motivation, if the hunger left him because he's
Yeah,
like,
I
well,
think
I'm getting a
hunger-
Didn't
big
he win
fat
MLG
fucking paycheck
Orlando?
already.
Wait, he won MLG Orlando, the hardest tournament 2011 in the EG shirt, right?
Yeah, he did win that. That was
So,
pretty much
and
right
that wa-
after.
I mean,
Flukes
GG.
are possible.
Yeah, but that kind of tournament, and that he won. Let's see, he won DreamHack Summer, and he won Home Story Cup, right?
Yeah, that was.
And that was
the
in
two
TL,
that-
TL shirt. And then like 2 or 3 months later, he won Orlando, or 2 months later, he won Orlando.
Apparently,
and that
Enoch won Orlando.
and that kind of lineup.
There's multiple MLG Orlandos.
Damn. Chat, you let me down.
Chat, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Stop leading me
So
into it.
that's just. I think that's bullshit, to be honest.
You think
like
what?
with
That's
the EG
bullshit?
thing.
No, EG, it
I mean,
doesn't
I
matter
wouldn't
what
say
team. I
it's-
just think that it's
I wouldn't
a
say it's an
security
EG
that came
thing.
up.
I definitely agree with that. Like, he's not as hungry to win as
No,
he
he's
might have
not.
been
It's
before.
clearly
I can
obvious in
see
his
that.
play and his training, everything. Like, it just doesn't seem like it's the same Huck that was there a year and a half ago. Because I used to be a Huck fan, and then it kind of just faded away. Because I was just like,
Anyway.
I don't see the same thing coming from him anymore.
Jesus
True.
Christ. Whew, that was heated, guys. Anyway, it does seem though that he's doing a lot more due
You
to
definitely
going into
can't,
Korea. So we'll maybe see him kind of on the rise again.
It's going to be tough with his Kodak group, that's all.
It's
Okay.
going to be really fucking hard.
And moving on, Naniwa rents a theatre to watch Huff.
Best
Can't
tweet,
fucking get off it.
best tweet of the week for sure.
So here we go on my screen.
You guys saw the
This
picture,
is
yeah.
how I watch GSL. And there's Naniwa. He rented a whole theatre to himself. Awesome picture. Little cheeky grin. And actually, is it like Huck and Naniwa don't get on? Is that right?
Well,
They don't get on.
Well, he
Well-
did spend €500 or whatever to rent
get
a
that
theater
no,
to
but
watch them.
that's not really the
hopefully
truth,
lose.
though. I think his friend owns working at the theater, so I think he saw it for free. To be honest, not to spoil it in that way, but I think I heard it so at least. But I think with Naniwa, he has some big rivals, and for sure, Huck is one of those. So I think he hates his guts in the way that he don't like him to do good,
well, wasn't
to make him good. And I think it's the same with Forcing. I think Naniwa put up his fantasy team, and he had Forcing and he had Huck and someone else in his anti team.
Well, Hellspawn, let me ask you: do you know if there's any veracity to the claims made that Huck is the one who kept Naniwa from getting a contract from EG? Is there anything true about that at all? Stating that he would leave the team if Naniwa were to join.
Newman says
Newman's
it is.
doing-
No, you're giving the thumbs
I
up.
have no clue, but
Oh, sorry. Was that? Oh, it was
Is that
just a random
thumbs up?
movement.
I know. Hell, what?
I actually don't know. I don't have any confirmed with that talk with anybody about it, but
Adebisi?
I think it's possible.
Wait. Newman, Naniwa spoke to Dignitas a few times because he was part of you. So where did this come from?
No, I like the topic. That's
Oh, you'd like the topic, yeah. Okay. Anyway,
But I mean, Naneva and Huck both are kind of special guys in many ways. Easy to get along with, partly hard to get along with, partly. But Naneva doesn't really like to see Huck doing well.
okay. Anyway,
I think it's because both of them have been, the best in the world, the Protoss players, the best Western players, getting all that rivalry. So he wants to be in the glory.
Gives us something to talk about. Gives the community something to talk about.
Yeah,
it's good.
Sum it up. Naneva is one of my favorite people to follow in StarCraft 2, along with Stefano, just because of this kind of shit. Like, even if they do dumb stuff or whatever, it's fun for me.
Well, speaking of Stefano, of course, our next
is
talking
that
point
actually the next
being...
topic? Fucking
God.
hell, we're nailing this one. Stefano almost DQ'd from Pro League for typing GLHF. I actually watched this live and it was hilarious. You were flying, Mike.
Yeah.
You would love this.
There's the YouTube clip.
So basically, you're in the Pro League. Rules are in Pro League, as someone else could probably tell you better than me. But anyway, there's no typing.
You can only type GG and PP.
or... No, it's PPP.
No, just PP.
Isn't it? I thought it was like...
Pause, please.
I
I think that was the admin
No,
when he did it. He was just like flipping out. He was like, "Oh my god, I gotta stop the game and type PPP."
Someone accidentally posted PPP and got disqualified.
Yeah, and then they changed it. Someone did PPPP, and then they...
It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit.
I heard it was PPP, or I thought it was because of the admin, and I thought to myself, why would they use PPP instead of just pause please? I was like, maybe they thought as the admins, like, let's make sure we make it 3 letters, so when they type it, the other guy doesn't get confused and think it's a GG.
But that's what I heard, to be honest. So people don't think that you're GG.
Yeah, see?
That's what I heard.
I think they're being mad. I think they're saying, "Please, pause, please."
Pretty please.
Pretty please pause. You're going to have to put that in the DreamHack rules. Stizo. Pretty please pause.
Where's Mingles? Why is the document going nuts?
Why is the document going nuts?
What the fuck?
Mingles has found herself some sort of...
She's got the remote keyboard.
She's on VNC on her mobile phone.
You learned all about that.
Yeah. Anyway, so Stefano's in the Pro League match, his first match. Can't remember who it was against.
Hero.
I was
Hero. Yeah, that's right. And basically, he comes in, types GLHF, and Hero, because he obviously knew that you like to do that, and he was like, I don't know if he was. He just typed, good luck. Afterwards,
I think it was more to save his ass.
Yeah, save his ass. Yeah, and then and basically the admins were like, "EVP, come into the booth." Stefano was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "You're not allowed to do that." He's like, "Really?" And you could see him just smiling into the camera, like, "What?" And then he got to play it with a warning, and then he ended up winning 2 games, losing 1, and then JYP came in, the guy who's lost lots of ace matches now for EG, I think, isn't it? Like
JYP wasn't he wasn't the ace match in any case, but he's their specialist.
Was JYP their ace match?
No, Revival was the ace match.
He's played a lot of ace matches.
Wow,
I can't
whatever,
remember.
Point being.
Anyway, yeah. So Stefano almost got DQ'd, and he got away with it mainly because Hero and also first tournament and foreigner. Which is basically racist.
I'd be pretty shocked if they actually did DQ him.
Yeah. But they are very harsh.
It would have, yeah, they are. But still, like, I mean, when like Stefano landed in Korea, like this is game has like pictures of him and stuff up, like he's here, he's finally here. Like Koreans love Stefano. So.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot if you threw him.
Forcing got the MVP of the first round just because he won 1 match, and he was so disappointed when he won 1 match. So.
That is like the most condescending shit you could possibly pull. It's like, okay, here, white boy, you get an award.
When I saw it, I was like, yeah, because I think it's funny racism. I was like, they're racist. They shouldn't let him play again because he's let him off because he's white.
But I think Stefano did
that was
a cool
the Asian
tweet.
Inside me talking.
Also, he said like getting into the booth and like, not really my day, huh? Just bumped brutally my head on the booth roof. So I think he went in, knocked his head, and then he like GLFF, and then he like almost got disqualified.
But I was going to say,
This is true.
It was JYP that played the ace match.
No.
Chat's confirming with me, motherfucking chat. You better not be
They
trolling
say
me.
whatever you like to.
Huh?
They say whatever you like to.
Whatever.
But
Yeah,
It's not pertinent to the goddamn point of the conversation.
I think there have been a lot of discussion about Kesper rules. I think to a big extent it's really good actually.
Fuck.
Like
I'm wrong.
I've looked into it myself. Like maybe you should be more strict. Although I mean, Stefano, for example, is the one who likes to write in tournaments, writes a lot.
Likes to fuck with you,
and then you have an up and you have a downside as a organizer. Like, it can be fun, but it can also be really problematic, and it can also be involving, disturbing someone else, because some players are very sensitive with their focus, and then you can use it against it. I know you like to talk about how you abused your
you
opponents.
love that.
I wouldn't enter the fucking Pro League if they didn't let me type. That's half of how you win a game.
Yeah.
Seriously. I'd be laying down some of this keyboard rocky style that I invented. But honestly, I think it would be way more fun to let people type. I'd be so much more entertained. Like, they said that they put the rule in, the commentators were talking about Boxer,
Yeah.
when he was like typing in game and gives him an advantage because he's so cool, calm and collected. And the other guy was like, oh my god, he's typing to me. I don't know what to do. What was my build order? What race am I?
In Counter-Strike,
it does actually work.
In Counter-Strike, you had it banned, and I think it is banned because, like, I know that we did it online. That you had a macro, and then you push a button, the opponent started to read, and then you just went out and shot him.
But seriously,
Just to tilt him off, so he started to read, and then you kill him.
Smack Talk does work. We've played a lot of Civ 5 at the house, right? And there's no fucking way to beat Singh other than to try and piss him off, right? Because he is seriously, like...
Fucking next level.
Just
at that game.
it's retarded, right? So, and I hate his line Singh, because he always says, oh, you're mad. And then you're like, no, I'm not mad. He goes, yeah, you mad. And I'm like... It's so shit. So I've been working on my Sing insults, and I've given him a few of them already, and it seems to have jolted him. Asian gamers sing, big dicks in game, small dicks out. But it works because I got closer to defeating him. So there's proof in this. But I did want to punch him in the face a few times when we were playing that game. I was like, for fuck's sake,
man.
He's so fucking good.
My teammate.
And then
annoying.
he's like taking your cities. He's like, "Why are you mad? Are you mad? Why are you mad?" yeah, I'm mad. You're taking all my shit.
So I would love to see more typing in games. I'm upset there's not enough smack talk in esports, because if I was a pro gamer again, I'd just be at it all the time. People would hate me, but they would want to watch all my games just because they know. Like, seriously, I do stuff. Like, if I was in the fucking Pro League and I was playing against Boxer, right, I would get my mate, providing I had one. I'd have to make one. But once I made one, I'd get my mate, and I'd get him to get all the pictures of Boxer and his wife. Is it Jessica?
Jessica.
Yeah? And I'd get him to, like, Photoshop my face on Boxer so it's pictures me. And I'd bring him into the booth, and before I sat down and played, I'd put them all out. And then I'd sit down, and when the camera was on me, I'd be like, and then Boxer would be like, what the fuck, man? I'd be like, yeah. You're going down, Boxer, motherfucker. And he just wouldn't know what to do. He wouldn't know what to do. He tried and rushed me. He was so mad, and I'd had cannons and
Before
shit.
the game starts, you go up, you hug Jessica, see you later, here's my card.
Just... These pro gamers got so much to learn.
Coach Master Games.
Yeah, I need to go to Korea and become a coach.
Yeah. It's the new meta.
Axion, I'm available. Okay, so where are we going next?
This is.
So Stefan, I do love it, and he got away with it, so it's good for him. And also, we should mention that he won his first 2 games straight, lost another one, but unfortunately for him, because he wasn't there before Forzane, he didn't get the kind of first win in such a long time, but I don't think he cares, really. But Forzane did win the MVP as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't really know why I won one game.
Not free.
And then that's why I come back. Kesper, racist. Once again, giving
White
it to the
boy
white
won
guy.
the game.
What about us Asians? Fuck's sake. Okay, so we're now going to talk about something different, which is IPL 6 qualification details released. Main event will be just StarCraft 2 as it is, Wings of Liberty, and then featuring a Heart of the Swarm Invitational. There's a note in here that says NASL and MLG were going to switch to Heart of the Swarm immediately. What does this mean, Mike? puppy face.
Well, it means that IPL 6
Yep.
will be Heart of the Swarm.
By when?
And that that
okay.
event is running like March 26th to 28th, I believe. And so that's going to be following MLG, which will be like the 15th, I believe. Heart of the Swarm, of course, being released on like the 12th. So this has just kind of opened up a big debate about, when should big events switch. This is the last Wings of Liberty GSL tournament, and I think it will finish towards the end of March, most likely.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting topic. I mean, when should it switch? How are pro gamers going to pick what they're playing? I mean, who's going to be playing Heart of the Swarm beta, starting probably February, if not earlier?
You've already got,
I think
major
everybody
players.
more or less
That's the
plays
thing.
it.
You've already got the major
I think
players
there's a lot of
announcing.
people still playing Wings of Liberty. I think it's kind of still, at this point, hard to practice Heart of the Swarm, especially for Europeans. It's pretty crappy, and I assume the latency is kind of bad in Korea, too, to the beta server, which is just North America. So that's kind of crap in terms of like MLG starting off on the 15th. If you're a European, you want to play, only on the 12th you actually get a European server to play on. So that's that's kind of troublesome.
This is a conspiracy theory. It's Blizzard's way of making sure that the North
Affirmative
American
action
players,
for the North
that the North
Americans.
American players have a chance at winning a tournament beginning of the year.
One thing that would be interesting to see is like how good would, for example, w'Eppas, who played a lot of HOTS. He's been really out of shape in the Wings of Liberty last year or more than that.
Well, he was probably the first player to switch full time to Heart of the Swarm, and he's been playing like mad. But I mean, just the whole sentiment that a lot of these players that are more about innovation and kind of quote unquote gimmicky strategies they're definitely going to do better to start off.
That's definitely not w'Eppas in a nutshell, but w'Eppas I always find is one of these players that enjoys, because he's played the game so long. When you're an old school player, when you keep wanting to be a pro gamer, you often try and do things that actually keep you entertained enough to keep playing, which are the more unorthodox tactics and strategies and inventing things. But with w'Eppas, wife, and everything he's got going on, it's quite natural that I'd see him come out of Heart of the Swarm and be pretty strong to start with and very entertaining and put some results on for him. And then eventually everyone else who's doing the 12-hour days will catch up and overtake, and then he's thinking like, when's the next expansion?
But with IPL 6 going with Heart of the Swarm, I think, of course, with having qualifications, they need to run it in Wings of Liberty, and in that sense, it makes sense to have a Liberty. But no, I don't really like it. I think it would be smarter to turn to Heart of the Swarm when it comes after release. And I think that they will be one of the few events that will have Wings of Liberty after the release.
So DreamHack
One of the very few.
will be Heart of the Swarm.
Well, you can imagine
after the 12th,
Yeah.
So DreamHack will also be switching.
Well, this would be one
We
of those
got this
things that could
story
be
before Slasher.
Boom.
No, but I think
actually-
I said it in the last show.
Yeah,
or
it doesn't
two
make
shows
sense
ago.
otherwise. Besides you
And
guys and your
Speaking of
association.
Slasher, he talked to both David Ting and Frank Fields from IPL, and basically their statement kind of echoed the whole qualification is Wings of Liberty. We want to stay with Wings of Liberty. I think some of it is a little bit fishy, talking about we don't want players practicing 2 games, so we want to see the best games possible. But
like,
if
you
you're
know
the
the
only
player's gonna be
league,
doing
then
that
yeah,
anyways.
okay, then you can keep them playing. But if everyone's switching over for MLG, NASL, DreamHack, and just the future as a whole, then it seems a little bit silly.
They're
We'll
the
see.
odd man out. That's it. They're the only ones.
I
pretty much.
think people will, or the community will see it as CBIT with the IAM World Championship will be the last major and
International.
And then we will have this one will just be strange. I think I'm afraid of it at least. But I mean, IPL 5 was such a big success, so most likely they will leverage from that. But I mean, there will be a few months, maybe up to half a year, where Heart of the Swarm might be kind of, you don't know how it's gonna work out, which player is gonna be strong for the next
A lot of
tournament.
variance in the results for sure.
Okay. So it's gonna be cool to follow
It's gonna be great.
StarCraft again.
It's going to breathe new life into the scene because everybody's going to be like, well, we've gotten so used to this being so stale and stagnant for the past 6 months. Holy shit, the doors are open. Everything is possible now. And it's really going to be exciting now to watch the tournaments and the leagues unfold.
Yeah, my turn. My go. I skipped over Heart of the Swarm changes.
Yeah, there's no need
So,
to.
some patch changes. There's patch change, Heart of the Swarm.
They
some
wanna
changes to
emphasize
Terran.
Reapers.
Go read it. It's fantastic. GLHF magazine issue 3 is out. It's a 46-page of pure StarCraft content. I've actually read some of the other ones they did. I'm trying to actually click the glhfmag.com. I skimmed over it. It's quite nice. It's worth bringing up in case you weren't aware of it. But it looks a little bit like this. Oh, wait, I need to click the... Where's the button? Read it online. Yeah. You can change over, Scriff. It's fine. Yeah, but it's just a really well put together. Look, there's an advert for Team Dignitas shop.
First thing I saw.
You've been in 2 of our fucking segments, the Q-Pad bit, and now you're here.
Strategies, man.
Strong organization.
Without doubt, the most comfortable hoodies for under $70 in esports.
That's true.
And then you talk to Team
That's
Liquid if
true.
you want
He
to spend
says,
more than 70.
Hey,
Is that?
we're doing the Good Studio hoodie, gonna be cheaper. And we're
It's
gonna,
only going to be cheap because it's shitty quality.
yeah, but we're gonna make up for quality by putting Mingle's hair that we find around the house on the inside. So it becomes really soft. And then people who are allergic to cats, who we hate. Are you allergic to cats, NewmaN?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Will suffer, so have a free hoodie. One for Christmas.
That's what
but it's a good
cats
read.
are gone.
It's really professionally done, put together. They're so professional. They've even put a line down here to make it look like it's a real magazine. I'm immersed. NewmaN V's in there, actually, who's got a show coming up after us that normally would start at 10. So we'll try and wrap this up within 20 minutes. But he does a show called Climbing the Ladder, and you can watch that after this. Also, I think Talk Dota's on today as well. So if you're interested in Dota 2 stuff, that's going to start at 10. And also you've got NewmaN V's Climbing the Ladder with John and Redeye. So we're going to send you there afterwards. I don't know why. They just asked me. They said, hey, send them some viewers. And I was like, do you really want our viewers?
Come
They were
fuck
like,
with my merchandise.
yeah. So
Also,
that's the
just,
GLHF magazine. So glhfmag.com.
Just to point out too, they've got up on their website. They're looking for writers, and they're paying
Oh.
like $40 an article. So
Oh,
good
really?
money.
yeah,
That's
and
really
I
good.
mean, getting something published in there as opposed to some random team website, I think is a really smart thing to do.
$40 an
But
article.
mention it's not free. You can pay as much as you want for it.
Yeah, definitely worth
Oh,
supporting.
you can actually pay as much as you want for the
Yeah,
magazine.
It's a free open thing.
So you can read it online for free, or you can. Can you actually get a proper?
No, I'm not a hard copy, but you can pay.
They should sort that.
donate money.
They said they got something like $450, I think. It was something.
There's it's usually a lot.
Esport journalism, it's back. All right then, so our next talking point is the new show announced on NASL TV called The Pulse, and I watched it. It's a show about StarCraft 2 by the NASL crew. So you've got Mr. Bitter hosting, you've got Froden next to him. I'm going to get this right. Froden next to him, who's always a bit excited. He's a wild one. Then you've got Geotrop. You got that guy. The guy next to Froden is next to Froden. And he is on it. I like him as well. Doesn't say much, but when he says stuff, it comes across. And then next to him, Rotterdam.
Yep.
He's the best. He's the best on the show. He's my favourite. Because he just sits there. And he's like just playing with his pen, and he's not really listening. And then he just listens to someone say something really fucking stupid, and he's like, "Yeah, that could be the case, but you could also argue that this is the correct answer."
Had
And,
a blue nice shirt.
and he always wears, shirt's always too big for him, and it's always untucked. And next to him, you've got Clutch the Mormon, who talks about kind of like the more general esports side of things, the business side of stuff. And then, you've got Mr. Bitter hosting, which actually was a fantastic host. It's always good to have a host who knows less about topics than everyone else in the studio. Otherwise, they end up talking too much, which is kind of annoying. So he doesn't talk that much, but introduces the topics nicely. And then you've got Lauren, who sits in the background and does seal impressions when something funny happens, which is this.
Mainly
claps.
gills.
And I got banned for saying that from NASL. It was really, I just like, it was so funny because I was watching it and I was like, I'm really enjoying this. And then someone said something that's funny, and then you just see Lauren sat in the background doing like a clap, and I'm like, who's the seal in the background? And I got banned. But the thing is, it actually is a fucking fantastic show. It seems to me, I think one of you guys said this, like State of the Game wanted to be. The production value is massive, in terms of the video clips they put in, actually keeping it on track. And for StarCraft 2 people, it's a pretty amazing show. So
I think it was a little bit lengthy.
Huh?
Wasn't it a little bit lengthy, like too long?
I didn't know. I didn't watch all of it.
Me neither.
It was about 2.5 hours, I think.
Yeah, but I'll bring up my points why it might not be as awesome long term. But what do you guys make of the show, Mike?
No. I want Hellspawn to go
Hellspawn.
first.
What did you make?
No, but like you said, I think it was well prepared. I think it's really cool. Like, all those guys worked with the company, so they can put a lot of effort into it. It looked really nice. Maybe people will hate me about this, but I like that they have Rotterdam, who is a high-skilled Protoss player. They have Greetorp, who is a high-skilled Terran player, and they have Mr. Bitter, who is a high-skilled Zerg player, to some extent at least. So I think, they do have the knowledge of the three races, and then they add Froden and Clutch into it. So I think I really like, for example, the Terran segment with Greetorp, and I think to me it was kind of interesting, actually, even though I don't really care about those things, but I'm not the one who reads patch notes or following each step. I see it when it's done. That's more my style, but I liked it, and I think the interesting part for them is that they cannot really take a lot of critique or against players or organizations or Blizzard or things like that, like maybe we do at this show. But I like the style. I think they pinched it down into something that felt kind of new, even though it was not kind of new.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I mostly just parrot what you say. I think they're in terms of talking about the game itself, balance, strategies, whatever, inside the game kind of started off trying to do that, and then people just weren't too into it, and it kind of became more of just call-ins and drama and whatever else, and so they're able to kind of do that in a professional way, and sometimes it gets dry a little bit, but I think by being all in person and having the high production value, it compensates for that, and so it works out quite well. I think the stuff with polling the chat is really cool. I'd love if we could kind of do some of that, just get what the hive mind thinks, and boom, there it is,
Exactly.
right?
We do the hive mind.
I know, but
it's
not as scientific when you just tell them to spam.
Guys,
Get on
do
it.
you like Adebisi's Charlie Sheen's winning T-shirt? A for yes, B for no.
They can't even see my shirt.
And then I'll poll it. We'll do manual poll here. A got two, 3 against 1. Oh shit! Someone said C. That's invalid. You can only vote once, guys. You can only vote once. You can only vote once. You can only vote once. This is NSL.
What did you say?
Once.
Quality,
all right, then,
or
guys.
what did you say?
We're back from the
About
poll.
Nassel, that they can get it from. What do you read out of this?
We're back from the poll.
I do see mostly A's.
Shut the fuck up. We're back from the poll. We're here with James, Lauren, Harding, and the answer to the question, do you like Adebisi's Charlie Sheen winning T-shirt, was banana. So banana was the statistics that came in, so that was, that I think,
What you doing, sir?
it should have been 1%, I guess, but I'm not very good at math. But we'll stick with
You
banana.
break something.
Yeah,
Blonde moment.
but actually, let's go back to the show, because now we've done it. We just proved we can do polls. We're fucking fantastic at polls. Semmler, like the show? Or did you not watch
The
it?
Pulse? I caught a couple minutes. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I pretty much agree with what they're saying.
Okay.
It was refreshing, even though it was the same concept.
I'll do my opinion now.
Go for it.
Oh.
Professional, ESPN style. What are you doing
What?
with the fucking screen?
You're gonna break something.
No, I haven't done anything.
Professional ESPN Kite Style was really good, especially when they're moving through topics quickly. Production value was fantastic. NASL did a great job. Things that I'm concerned about with the show, it's on Sundays. It's fucking stupid. You guys are fucking stupid. Fact is, if you're going to do regular shows and you're going to put on a fucking Sunday, are people going to tune in when there's tournaments on?
James,
And some
just
of
so
the
you know,
people-
at the end of the show, if you
They
watch
said-
the whole show...
they said they're
Yeah.
going to move.
No, they don't know when. They said they're doing it again next week. It could be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then moving forward, they have no idea.
Well, they can't do it Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Mike. That's like
One of those days.
That's way too many hours for a show. All right, well, they'll probably move on Sunday. The production value was really good, as I said, but the trouble is with having all that work put in, which probably comes some from the commentators as well, like the host, having it on a weekend really fucking sucks for people that want to, like, who go out Saturday and they're like, what are you doing Sunday? I'm preparing a show.
They look kind of
Like
it was a rough night before.
yeah, Rotterdam always looks like that.
Well,
But-
yeah.
True.
But the thing is, it's like I would like them to move it onto like a weekday, just because I think that would work better with the people working on the show. But the problem is like they have all their content on the weekdays, right?
Yeah.
How many days a week do NASL actually broadcast when they broadcast?
I want to say 4.
4, yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's also
The other thing is, though, it's really entirely up in the air what NASL Season 5 is going to look like. But, I mean, I agree with the
Yeah.
overall point of, like, this show was polished. Like, it was... I think Clutch actually, like, tweeted a picture with the script or something, and, like, they have, like, sub-moderators set out for different sections and stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah, I also didn't like the chat moderation because I got banned, right? So that was one joke every 600 seconds, which was bullshit because they come way faster than that when I'm watching other people. And yeah, so they should just let people talk about their want. If people are just gonna, abuse Lauren, yeah, she should just take it.
Isn't that what they pay her for, right?
No, but the fact
I
is,
don't know either.
it's like you're not gonna change or stop people from like doing that if you're just gonna ban them. They're just gonna want to do it more. I mean, I literally can't. I was typing stuff until I got unbanned, and it was like 240 seconds. Fuck me. I was like, everything I wanted to say before is irrelevant now. I have to write something new. But it's like if you're in esports and you don't like and you want to ban people because you don't like what their opinion is, then you're just a fucking idiot. And the thing is, if you just listen, like take their opinion and just be like, yeah, whatever, that's their opinion. They generally just continue as they were. And so I didn't like the moderation, too much moderation. But yeah, the show was amazing overall. I really enjoyed it. So I would recommend everybody to watch the Pulse if you're interested in really solid StarCraft 2 news, team news, also like balanced stuff. It's a really tidy show, and we'll see how it does over the year because I think it's a lot of work to do that kind of show. I purposely, when we do these shows, as you probably tell, there's a lot of preparation that goes in, a lot behind the scenes stuff that you don't
tell
see.
us more.
But yeah.
But we did
I
a
am
rehearsal
mad I
of a
got
walkthrough
banned.
today.
Huh?
We did.
Like you made the walkthrough today about what we're gonna talk
That's
about.
the pressure, man.
It was the
We're
first
feeling
time
the
ever.
pressure.
This is how long have we been running this show? Like what, 6 months?
Yeah.
This is the first fucking time that we actually sat down before the show and talked about the topics that are going to be on and what we should or shouldn't talk about, long or not.
And
first
I hate
fucking
it.
time.
And I hate it
So
totally.
that's fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
It's really fucking pathetic. To think 5,600 people are tuning in to guys
Idiots.
that
Babbling.
they're
All
just
of them.
Yeah.
rambling about shit. But anyway, great show. Well done, NASL. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Double thumbs up. Guns.
I like they had these vacation pictures and talked about that also.
I hated that part,
You did?
man. I was dying.
I like.
I don't care about their vacations.
All right, let's go. Let's move along. Oh, we're losing viewers now. I said
Oh,
that
shit.
bit that we don't prepare that much. We prepare a
Do
lot.
something,
What
yeah.
have you done?
Do
Do
something.
something. Where's Mingles?
Ah, quick.
Oh. Get the life.
I bought this T-shirt in America, and actually it sells from the same people that have your Charlie Sheen one. But the trouble is, it wasn't in my size, so I had to buy like an XXL one. And I was pretty optimistic when I bought it. Normally, when I used to buy large clothes sometimes in shirts because I was like, this is the year I'm going to work out. Buy a large, fit into it later, money well spent. This one, when you ever buy something in XXL, what you have to say to yourself as a guy is no, it's not working out. You'd be like, I'll probably have some girls staying over. They normally like a long T-shirt to sleep in. I'll get that one.
I know
So
what you're
far, just me.
Get the life.
Yeah, they didn't have any other sizes. Where did you get yours from? Your winning T-shirt?
I got it at Winners.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a shock of Winners.
Yeah, I did.
I got mine at
And it was the only one there, and it was the right size, so I was happy. It was $9.
perfect.
I know.
Right, let's move on from the Pulse NASL's new show. Someone's written
Also worth
something.
mentioning
Oh.
is all the One More Game shows are coming back too. So
Oh, they are?
yeah, Live on 3 is tomorrow, and I guess Inside the Game will be tonight. So
Do we know who would be the third?
there won't be a third unless
do?
unless there's going to be a mystery one.
Shit, Mark is gonna he's gonna hate so much on Rod. It's gonna be,
What do you- wait,
gonna
what'd
be
you say?
crazy. They need to have a third guy who can take some middle time between those guys.
Yeah, I really think Scoot's out. I don't know who could replace him though.
For Live on 3, it's only Slasher and Marcus.
I assume so, unless they're going to have someone else on. But I feel like they would have probably said.
But
It's not going to be the same, though. Because there's no soap
either
bombs.
they agree or they don't agree. When you're a third guy, you have something in between.
What's
Good
going
they are
on?
back at least.
What's going on with Live on 3? Who have they got to replace the Scoots?
They haven't.
Welcome back, James.
Take
Packet loss arrived.
I was looking at silly gifs. What did you say? Sorry.
You can see the VOD.
Fuck you. I wouldn't watch this shit, especially not on VOD. No, but
They haven't replaced it, so they're going with two.
they're just going, so it's Slasher and
DJ Wheat.
DJ Wheat. That's the show.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
Oh, this is fucking brilliant. I love this one. I gotta fucking say it to myself.
Alright, let's move along. Sorry about that, guys. I should pay more attention sometimes. I have like a 2-hour cut-off span. Player changes in StarCraft 2. Snoot officially announces the newest team member. What? That doesn't make any sense. Snoot joins Team Liquid as the newest member. He's Zerg. He's cool. He's joined Team Liquid. They're cool. It's all cool. Fucking cool. Peace out on that one. Parting joins SK-T1 after lottery. KT Roster loses
Lost the
out.
lottery.
Lost the lottery.
Yes.
Reported salary of about 8k USD a month for Parting.
Is
joining-
that confirmed from something reliable?
I would say it's pretty reliable. It was on various non-English websites.
That's a big
It's
salary.
only through the end of Pro League, though. It's not for the rest of
This
the
is meant to be our talking
it's-
point here, guys. We've had a pre-discussion. What's the talking point about this? Is it big?
We were supposed to tie it into the GSTL Pro League stuff. Kespa.
I
but we
love the
didn't.
first comment in there are StarCraft. It kind of sums it all up, though. Parting. Yo, Squirrel,
Oh.
yo, check out my new salary. Squirrel. I'm leaving ST now. So that's
It's a good salary. I mean, I don't see Squirtle getting that much, but I mean, if he gets half of that, that's probably
Big
10
fucking
times
step
as
up.
much as Startail's going to pay him. So
Also interesting was that he Parting and I think Squirrel's contracts went out, so it was not that they left with a contract or a transfer.
well,
So
they
it-
can't.
No, exactly, they can't. So it was legal, but to some extent they feel it's maybe if contracts go out in that, shouldn't maybe that also be covered? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it kind of makes the trade law kind of pointless, I
Yeah,
feel.
exactly.
And the other interesting thing is that it's only an 8-month contract, and so the contract basically ends when the trade lock ends. So who knows what's going to happen with salaries and with teams and
So it
with
feels
ESF
like
then.
maybe they even bumped up the salary like a transfer fee if they really wanted him. I mean, he
Well-
was the one earning the most money last year. He won some really prestigious tournaments. But it's really big because Startail had such a strong lineup. And now for him going to SKT1, I'm just wondering, Is it the salary or maybe also the training facilities? Because I mean, SKT1 normally are the top dogs in Pro League, but it's a big hit for Startail.
Oh, it certainly is.
I mean,
It's a double whammy.
it kind of begs to me the question: if you give the first guy such a big salary as Kespa, it's going to make other ESF players be like, that's a nice salary. Maybe I'll leave my ESF team, and then that's hurts for ESF.
Hurts for ESF, and it could go back to the same thing. Kespa and ESF at war.
Yeah.
At war. So I mean,
I wonder if anyone in ESF team has about the same salary.
No way.
no. Even the best players from IM, they don't make
chance.
squat. They've been vaunted as like, okay, you're covered room and board and food.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you get. And so,
I didn't think actually the salary over the board was that big, because no matter what, Parting is not SKT1's biggest star. I don't know how he would be ranked in, but I guess it takes also time to establish yourself into the Kespa team. And then you're just wondering like how many in SKT1 and in other teams do have such a big salary. Because for me, like Bisu or Fantasy, Rain, they should be on top of Parting in that team.
You think so?
I don't know about
I
Rain
think
because
so.
he was kind of a rookie,
I mean,
and
this
then he
guy's the
broke out in
BWC
StarCraft
champion
2.
now. I mean,
But definitely Flash, Jaedong, etc. I would say would be more than that or on par with that.
Yeah, but one from each team. But within SKT1, do you think Parting is a bigger name than Bisu or Fantasy?
No.
why the fuck not?
And also just
Because like they are their biggest players.
I just want to point out too, there's some posts on the Reddit comments where people were saying that like this doesn't include like travel and living expenses and so forth when and people were posting that Kespa takes prize money, which is not true either. And Kespa also historically has given win bonuses, and so like they would double Flash's winnings or so forth. So he can still make a ton of money. Because people were saying like, oh well, if he won the BWC again, wins $100,000, and then Kespa takes 75% of that, then it's not a good deal. But that's just not the case. So.
Okay. So should we move on to the next topic?
You look bored. So.
Sure. Well,
No, I'm.
It's a long show.
just real quick to touch on the point that as far as rep is concerned, perhaps that they're on the same level between Bisu, Fantasy, etc. But Parting is the guy with the results. Parting is the guy who's been dominating.
Yeah, but also
the scene,
Parting won't
and he
be
rolls
playing
in.
in Pro League. He's not playing in Pro League till Heart of the Swarm. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there's no way to say what their internal rankings are going to be, but it just seems to me that Parting is possibly their strongest player on their team right now, and that he's going to come in and maybe make
but
it his
he has
house.
played StarCraft 2 for so long, and I mean the marketing value of like a guy like Bisu, it's beyond anything. And Fantasy, I assume, was their biggest ace for 2 years or something like that, at least. And I think as I look at Kespa teams, it's like, you have to walk all the steps. It's not like, okay, I'm doing good this month, or I'm doing good this 3 months, or I won the
You have to
tournament.
show consistency.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
over years.
Yeah.
Over years. So
Right.
you don't come in if you're not established within Kespa teams, or like a big transfer. I think, you transfer over at the same kind of level. If you were the ace, you go over to be the ace, or A player, you're A player. But of course, he's going to do really strong for them. But I don't think that he's a top dog in the team
All right. Well,
at this point.
we'll find out when Heart of the Swarm comes around. So, other stuff in player news in StarCraft 2. Shine joins MVP. He was from TS.
He was one of the TSL players.
Yeah.
So Hyun,
There you
Symbol, I think Center, and one other name that's eluding me are still teamless.
Okay, so still, TSL players without a team, but as Mike said earlier, ESF looking after them, so might see him enter in the GSTL and join. What was the team that you
Azubu.
predicted?
Probably Azubu. I mean,
Azubu,
Azubu said
yeah.
they're looking for more players.
Okay, and Demaga leaves MTW, leaving their StarCraft 2 roster empty. We can talk about this. NewmaN would have been good on this part because it's team stuff, but he's just on his mobile phone now.
But-
Thinking like, when do I get to go home?
Interesting is though, like MTW,
we could reach the mic over to.
MTW and Mouseports were the ones who signed long contracts from the beginning, like in the fall of 2010. So I think that Maga has been in MTW for almost 2.5 years, or at least 2 years.
Yep.
quite a while.
So, and he at that point got a really good salary. Then of course maybe that was a weak salary in the end or mid of 2011. I don't know, but yeah, this is harsh. It should mean that MTW maybe we even shut down or just leave StarCraft
Altogether.
I don't know, but they have more players. Who is more playing there?
Apparently, it leaves their StarCraft 2
I thought
roster
that.
empty.
I mean,
but-
I could be
That
wrong.
was
I'm sure
them.
chat's spamming if I was wrong with that, but I thought he was their only player. They had Supernova briefly, and then he left too. So.
Oh yeah, I read that's correct.
Is my mic on?
we think your mic's on.
Can we hear
it's on.
NewmaN in the chat?
A
I
for
think,
yes.
I think the Marga is basically the last player. They might have some random German guy left that's not even active, I think. I know the Marga was on 2K a month.
About 2K a month salary, really.
Exactly 2K a month. So they've been spending a lot of money on him for 2 years then, I guess, and I don't think it's paid off.
I
at
don't
all.
think he was. Sorry, no offense to Marga, but 2K a month.
Yeah, it's not worth that much money. And I think they've been spending too much on him. They've been spending too much on the Koreans, probably. I think MTW is an organization as well. They might be in trouble because you look at the teams there. They've lost the last couple of years, the CS team and the StarCraft team, and now the Dota team is in not trouble, but they have the Dota team is a lot less prominent than it used to be. So it's. I mean, this is after.
Yeah.
This is after the New Year. New Year's
thing,
as well.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about German organizations in esports recently is back in the day when ESL was really big, German organizations like Mouse Sports, MTW were the teams that you, in many ways, wanted to be in outside of NSK, yeah, just because like their sponsorships were so big and it was like they've got the money, and then something's changed slowly, but this is the year I think it's been the worst, or last year and this year for the German teams. SK haven't really done much apart from MC.
And League of Legends, of course.
And yeah, League of Legends with Ocelot as they they'll probably end up doing something in Dota 2. I'd imagine. I'd hope so. So, you can't really ever rule SK out. But Mouse Sports didn't make a big splash so much in StarCraft 2 as they could. Their Dota 2 team did really well
But
for a majority.
Mana had a
but-
really overall strong year, though.
Who?
Mana.
They did resign him for 13 as well, so I think they're going.
But,
going with him for next year.
But outside of the results,
It's an organization, yeah.
The organizations, the Germans have really slumped, and everyone else has grown because they used to be a really big powerhouse, like as a circle of teams working with big sponsors. Because XMG are putting in money in Germany, but they're not putting it in necessarily.
No.
So the teams, it's like Take TV. Didn't they support individually Hazuwob?
I think X-Lord
No,
is well.
X-Lord.
X-Lord, and I think
And
they're
Monchi.
Monchi. Yeah, that's.
But he's from Austria.
Yeah. So
Same shit.
because I heard rumors as well that Damarga's owed money. Still. So I don't know what the factor of him leaving was, but that was a pretty high price for Damarga, where he lives, what he does. I would have paid like $1K a month to 1.5, 1.2.
I mean, they
250.
did sign him in the beginning of StarCraft when he was really, really hyped up and really good.
Well, you really
but
saw
their-
he signed on 2000? I don't
Their,
think so.
their problem was that he signed for more than a year, and then his results basically slumped, and he'd been slumping for a long time.
But I don't think they signed him for $2,000 a month in August of 2010.
I think so.
But
Or I know
you,
so.
you might know more than me.
But it's you can make like 1K, 1.5 is pretty good because the players can keep a lot of their prize money up to like 90%, even 100% if you win a tournament. Sometimes
Yep.
you got your stream revenue. But yeah, the German organizations, I would be concerned, not necessarily just overly concerned, but like I would be like, okay, if some people are going to lose sponsors and maybe not have a great year, I would put some of those organizations in the pool of it could happen to them.
Yeah. But I think that the German teams had a hard time handling the financial crisis, so like 2008, 2009.
No, Germany was one of the only countries.
No, but
that
I
was,
think still sponsorships
yeah,
I think
okay.
went down during that period. I think the German teams in the middle of 2000 was so much stronger, but I'm not sure if they really cut their costs. So I think that they maybe have had problems from the past. That's my take on it. But I don't know if it's anything in Germany
And
particularly going.
if you look at the different German organizations, they have lost sponsors as well. I think Mousesports lost a couple of major sponsors this year.
SK have changed sponsors so often
Yeah,
in the
wasn't
past
it-
2
well-
years. It's been crazy.
No, not the past 2 years. That's been stable. But before they went from Intel to AMD to Acer and then to Toshiba.
All the
But they have
laptop
had
sponsors.
since 2011. They have had Toshiba. They've had
has it lasted that long?
Kingston more or less for all the
Okay.
time. They have had Zanzibar. And
Yeah, but if you look,
Silk
I mean,
and-
if you look at the German organizations, MTW, Mousesports, SK, those three, maybe 6 years ago, those were the three biggest.
in the world.
Not in the world, but I mean, they were the three biggest in Europe by far, I guess. Now they're, I don't know. I mean, they're not as big anymore. I mean, SK used to be the shining star. Now they're almost invisible.
I mean, it's worth to mention it once more, right? With SK, they were the most prominent team in the world, I would say. They had all the best players in all, like FIFA, in Quake, Warcraft, Counter-Strike. In all those cases, they had the best teams. And now they only have MC and League of Legends and maybe something else. And the League of Legends guys are not the best in Europe. They came top 3 at Gamescom, I think, but that was like
What's he looking at Mike?
that was a strong performance from them.
Okay.
But I mean, they have really vanished in that way. Where EG, for example, has blossomed, signing all these big stars as SK normally did.
It's a switch from 1.6 as well. You can see that SK, MTW, two big 1.6 organizations. And then you have Fnatic, I guess, in a way. Fnatic used to be like a shining star as well in esports. They've dropped down a bit, I think.
But they have done much better, I think.
They have done the best out of those three. But I mean, the 1.6 organizations have slumped a bit as well.
Yeah,
in my
but
opinion.
you cannot see SK as a 1.6. It was founded with Quake World.
Yeah, but
they
there have been
so many
always-
good Quake 3
they all-
players
I
and
mean-
Warcraft 3 players.
In SK, the Counter-Strike team has always been the biggest team in their foundation, basically.
I don't
so
know, the FIFA twins, for example, were so massive.
They were big in Germany. Yeah.
All right.
The
But
money
yeah,
came from Germany.
The story is, it's definitely, it does seem that way. Damaga's left. What do you think his options are, Mike?
I think he's got a lot of options. I mean, he's still a really popular streamer. I think he's a charismatic, funny guy. I mean, the thing to get him a free honeymoon with his wife has been to the top of our StarCraft
Like
3
10 times or something.
Yeah,
it's
so-
ridiculous.
He's still one of the most loved players in the scene. So
I don't know. I mean, the free agent list is big, but it's mostly kind of Korean. So if you want a good non-Korean, I think he's a good pickup.
You
Okay.
forget how well he performed over the years.
And I think a lot of teams have talked to him in the past, but he was just pretty loyal. So
Yeah, he is definitely one of the nicest guys when you go to events and hang
yeah,
out
so I
with
mean,
him.
he's a good guy to have
Yeah.
on your team. So
All right, well, we'll see what he does. So good luck to Damaga, and we'll probably find out soon on the show what will end up happening to him, or you'll find out on the internet, and then we'll regurgitate it like we're useful. Tournament results: Jadon wins HyperX 10-year tournament. Anybody watch
Hurrah.
that? Hurrah! Hurrah!
watched a little bit.
Okay, was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think they had some problems with lag and production, but once it got going, it was kind of a bizarre tournament. But it was, I mean, this was at the Vegas, what was it, CES? It was at the obviously Kingston thing, so they had In Control and DJ Week there, and they had open qualifiers, so it was cool. And then they had J-Dong and MC there that were invited to make sure people were actually watched and so forth. So it was a neat little side event.
Cool.
Was it tons of players for such a...
Oh, it was
exhibition?
it was 6 players.
only 6 or 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course, Life, Marine King, Don Regu, and Nesty qualify for the Iron Squid 2 live finals. You probably know more about Iron Squid. You just
happening at the end of the month. Trance is driving there, and we have 3 Zergs and a Terran competing. That's
who won it last time? Was it MMA?
yeah.
So he can't come back and defend his title. So, but
I think the kind of sad thing is that didn't Stefano lose in the last match before the qualify?
He lost in
the quarters
in the round of 8.
Yeah.
So and it's interesting because he also canceled his participation in IM Poland, and it's probably because he didn't qualify there. So the trip to Europe out of Korea doesn't make as much sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually had 3 foreigners in the top 8, and they all lost. So it's kind of sad for them, but I think Iron Squid proved last time that, even with just 4 Koreans, they can fill
it was awesome
fill a
event.
crowd and do a sick event.
definitely Iron Squid are I went to the offices, but they just seem like they put on something very creative and unique, and I think this one is definitely one to watch as well. So make sure you keep an eye out for when the Iron Swiss 2 finals are going to be on.
How has the online part been?
This time around. What's that?
How has the online part been so far? Last season or last year it was. I like the online part. I think they were one of the strongest online leagues. How has it been now? I haven't followed it all.
I think
Caloris Day 9.
Calaris Day 9, and then Wolf and Caldor commentating, and Todd helped with some of the qualifiers. They've been doing good. I think the number one complaint with the first one with the online content was some of the replays were quite old. They fixed that. They've been doing like Heart of the Swarm show matches before the groups, which is a cool little idea to kind of do something different, I guess. And I think though the viewership though has been like really good for an online event. They've been getting like 10K to 15K on the French stream, and then on the English stream they'll get the same thing, and it's like
that's nice
for StarCraft, like 30K at peak times between both streams for just online rounds.
That's amazing.
Really,
but such a strong
good
lineup also.
It's a really good
so
many. And I mean, like what else does Day 9 commentate in terms of like online events? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very unique.
They seem to be doing the right thing. So yeah, when are the finals? End of this month?
26th.
26th.
Yeah.
We got a report. All right, so
end date is the 26th.
You have to wait a little while to see that, but that will be coming up.
That'll be well worth it too. They're going to have it. The reason I said it was going to be like Dota 2 is going to be like the International. They're renting out one of the biggest amphitheaters in Paris to host.
Is it the same or another one?
No, it's a bigger one.
It's a big one.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty crazy to see what they have in store for us as far as entertainment is concerned.
Yeah, they had bands and stuff on stage last time.
So I mean,
I'm just going to watch it to see what kind of roller coaster they're going to...
It'll be interesting, too, how they do the English commentary, because this time they're bringing the commentators out, whereas last time...
Who's actually going to be on site commentating?
I think all four are going, because I think two of them... Yeah, I'm 99% sure it's Wolf and Caldor doing the semis, and then Day 9 and Klars, I guess, doing the finals.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but...
Last time got screwed by Adebisi's visa.
Yeah. Okay, so that wraps up the StarCraft 2 stuff. In Quake Live, just to face it, dailies going on. In Bloodline Champions, you're going to commentate a tournament. What is it?
Yeah, it's remember I mentioned playblc.com last week.
Playblc.com.
Playblc.com is
There's
the
a tournament
community hub. And Antarian has put together a new version of the Kill the King, basically. So our old tournament, it was the poster tournament for BLC. He's reviving it with help from the guys that play BLC and as well as the community. So it's actually looking really good. We're going to have the qualifiers this Sunday. It's open to everybody. If you want to play, you can. And qualifiers this Sunday. Tournament is going to be happening next Sunday. And I think we'll be casting it here in the studio. So...
Semmler will probably be doing that.
I'll
Maybe
be casting it, and I think I'm going to
in.
get Scriff on here with me, so it's going to be like old times. We're going to do some BLC content in here. It's
BLC news on the good show.
Yeah, no, it's cool to actually have something to talk about. I mean, especially since the game has really been coming back. A lot of people are saying it's about as balanced as it has been in months, apart from Headhunter, which is a total bullshit fucking character. So good job, SLS, as always, proving that you guys know what is best for your game. But they're really like the players are really doing a fantastic job. There's a lot of people actually playing the game right now, and it feels good. I was playing the other day; didn't have to wait for queues. A lot of people in the channels, a lot of people everywhere. So it was nice. Feels good.
It's bad.
I just don't know what to do with this information. It's like, do I believe it? Do I continue? Do I hype it up? It's hard, isn't it? It's like it's not a negative thing on you. It's just like like BLC for me has been like this.
Yeah, no, I know.
I've
crash and burn.
I've been
telling
there.
Me, man. You're telling me, like,
so
fucking
who
BLC
knows?
has been a massive roller coaster. It's been a damn shame. But
all right,
I mean,
so
we talked about Mega Zero earlier, so we have to bring this up.
Yeah, we're bringing it back up. All right, then, guys, let's do a really quick break, and Mike can go back to doing what he does best, which is no,
There was nothing.
no, winning. Winning. And we get NewmaN back in there. We've got a little bit of news to cover, not too much. We want to talk about some awesome games who did some fundraising. That was really cool on Twitch TV. There's even some World of Warcraft and some fighting game community stuff, and also what to watch next week, because Into the Extreme Masters is back. So a real quick break. We know we've gone on a little bit too long. We'll try and wrap it up within 15 minutes, and then you can go watch other shows or, just... Welcome back to the Good Show, powered by Asus. Last section, section 3. This is the section where I talk really fast because I know I've got 2 guests that want to go home, who are managing to put on their headsets.
For any of you guys wondering, real quick, for any of you guys wondering about the Dota 2 content, we started the show off with the Dota 2 content.
Yeah.
So you'll have to go back and watch the VOD for that.
Or just watch Talk Dota.
Or just watch Talk Dota.
Wait until Draskell's here. 23rd. Then it gets good. All right, so we'll go into the final bits of news, and then we'll finish up with some of the stuff that we're going to do at the house. So some of the stories, awesome games done quick is the community of like people that speedrun games. So Cosmo was there, Sigmelic, I think you say his name.
Siglemic,
Yeah, and they basically, fuck me, man. They raised $420,000 for cancer on their stream. They streamed for a week, and they had a goal of like $250,000. They hit it by like the 3rd, 4th day. I don't know for sure, but they hit it early, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're just more." And it was one of the best streams I've ended up watching. It was so fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
I just had it up on my.
Yeah.
I always
What
had
made
it
it
up on
good?
my
I
laptop,
didn't
but
watch.
You
Watch
didn't,
What made it
you
good
didn't watch?
was the donation, and they read them.
Yeah, they would read
It
them.
was
Yeah.
like so funny.
Yeah, they started trolling though, didn't they? Some of the donations. There was one guy that apparently was talking about all the technical things inside Nintendo, and so when people were donating him, they were asking him questions, and the guy that was doing the speed run was getting really pissed off. It was like, for fuck's sake, and the guy was really into his Nintendo hardware. So that was cool.
No, it was really good. There's the bonus stream.
Not
that's still
cancer
going on as
research,
well.
aid for cancer, not even cancer research, just for cancer. Okay. Prevention
yeah.
of cancer,
But
sorry.
there's still the bonus stream that's going on. So if you guys didn't watch too much of it or didn't get a chance to watch it at all, you should go check it out because it's really worth your time. It's pretty funny stuff.
Take a seat.
Okay.
Go on.
Turn around. All right. So yeah, watch some of the VODs if you want something to sit and listen to and check out. They play a lot of the games that you probably loved when you grew up, and they talk about how they break them and how they found some of the exploits.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's really fun. So great job to those guys. It was on Twitch TV, and you can find it there. The VOD. So Evo 2013 games have been announced. Semmler, you like the fighting games?
The fighting games, dude. I like the last game. Freaking Fighting is Magic, the pony game. It's coming up as the 8th game. They had so already we can give you a list of the games that are actually in the lineup. So you have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Those are the kind of 2 mainstays. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is going to be in there. Mortal Kombat 9 made it in. Street Fighter X Tekken 2013, the kind of joke game of the year. We'll see how that goes. King of Fighters 13, a game that's been getting a lot of hype lately and definitely deserves it. Great game, so that'll be in there. And Persona 4 Arena are the main official lineups. Now, they have an 8th game donation drive, and that's what I was talking about. That's actually quite funny.
Do people vote on the game that goes in?
Yeah, exactly.
So out of all the games, people voted for My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Well, no, it isn't finished yet.
It isn't finished yet.
Well,
so it's
fuck
still
it.
going.
Let's make sure that goes. Guys, where's the voting page? Is
So-
it?
It's you can find the link at shoryuken.com. And shoryuken.com, they have the Evo list. It's up here. And
Yeah, so SHORYUKEN, shoryuken.com. Go there, find the vote. Make sure you vote for My Little Pony. What are the other games that are
I feel
in
like
there?
we're 4chan right now.
Like
go fuck this
Super
online voter.
Smash Brothers, Brawl. No, I don't want to see that. Virtual Fighter 5, don't care. Dive Kick, not interested. Dead or Alive 5, fuck no.
BlazBlue. Fuck yeah.
Skullgirls, not sure. Oh, Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Soul Calibur. I didn't know if I heard good or bad things about that. I can't remember, but I remember when
Soul
it got.
Calibur.
Yeah, and but yeah, My Little Pony. Is it in the voting list? I don't see it. Oh yeah, there it is. My Little Pony Fighting is Magic.
Fighting is Magic.
So make sure you vote for My Little Pony Fighting is Magic so we can all watch it at Evo, which will be later this year. If you don't do that, I'll be very upset because we want to see who is the best at My Little Pony.
That'd be fucking great.
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash, motherfucker, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
This is my
so
Steam ID for a while.
moving on into other news
Courtesy
in
of Script.
esports, World of Warcraft actually has got a $16,000 tournament, 3v3. Yaz Presents is the tournament organizer, I believe. 12th was the qualifier. It's over on arenajunkies.com. It's blast from the past if you've ever been to Arena Junkies. and $16,000 is quite a lot of prize
It's
money.
crazy, a lot of money, and they had the qualifiers on the 12th, like you said, and it was good numbers. I think they came to at least over 10k or 12k,
Yep.
but they had a lot of problems with DDoS. I think some of they had to end games after some of the games and then redo it. But I think that the commentators was kind of good. I think that the organizers and how they handled it was really good, actually. Like, they always kept going, they always kept talking, and they set it up in a good way, like using nice UI. I don't know what kind of, if it's self-made or how it's done. I think the qualifiers were Samex, Krill, and Wildfic, who are really good, and that both are Samfex and Lynx. Both I remember from the past, the Shaman who played at that point. And also it was cool to see Forte, who did really, really good at Paladin, playing for SK for a long while, or for a short while maybe. Also playing with Gruddy and Salve, so it was a good World of Warcraft action with some big names.
I recognize these names. You've got Vive, Zilia, you've got Venruki, Soda, Talbadar. Who else have you got? You've got another in there.
Yeah.
As you said, Forte's in there.
The Snoop's still
Flubber. So it's a blast from the past. If you're still interested in WoW or still play it, you might be interested. I'm not sure how the competitive scene is these days, but it's a big tournament, and actually they do bring in numbers. But I've noticed, all WoW tournaments, DDoS.
Yeah.
I don't know who loves doing it, but someone loves it, because there's not a WoW tournament without a DDoS. But there you go. That's on arenajunkies.com.
Do they DDoS the WoW servers or Twitch?
shit.
Or?
I think it's through Skype or something like that.
Hoodrich. Also,
Yeah, like I actually had some of the guys re-add me on Skype from World of Warcraft about Twitch, and all their Skype names are just a fucking string of random shit, like their IDs, because they have to, because if they don't have these kind of Skype names, they will end up giving out their Skype and then get DDoSed.
Also, the players get DDoS then.
Yeah. Okay, so we are then moving on. So NewmaN and Hellspawn will be able to get home. James is a donation drive, not voting. So you vote with your wallet. Fuck. Well, that doesn't matter. It's a donation drive. So just give him a couple of dollars or something. $1. It's worth it.
It's worth it to get My Little Pony in there.
Yeah.
it is.
Worth money. Thank you for updating that. It's not a vote, it's a donation drive. I should have figured that out when I read it out, but I didn't look too much into it. All right, then. So coming up next week, you've got IEM Poland, 18th to the 20th. Apollo will be there commentating. Adebisi will be there. What's the lineup like for IEM?
I heard it's quite bad.
You heard it's quite
At
bad.
least open bracket. There's lots of polls in there, but no major.
Mike
there's the
actually,
reason
I think
right
Mike
there.
said it was one of the easiest, or you said, Newman, one of the easiest open brackets there'll probably be
Yeah.
in terms of people participating.
I think that their ordinary lineup is strong. Parting is coming, and Grubby, Golden, Yukto,
You got a lot
Cream
of,
Yoda, Nurture, of course.
Yeah.
That's
Lucifon
gonna
and
be.
Vortex.
it's going to be
Lucifron.
Snoot's first tournament under Team Liquid banner.
But yeah, I
there's
think
a lot
the
here.
open bracket. I think it's Ret, Mana, Baby Knight, and TLO. Maybe someone else. So it's not such a strong open bracket as, for example, Gamescom, where they had all these Koreans and such a massive tournament. But the event itself, I'm looking really forward to it. And I saw pictures from the venue. It's massive, cool venue. And we have seen like the Polish events, and especially with the Interstream Masters, is very, very popular. So I mean, if they can fill that venue up, and you can have like a Nurture or a Mana going long in the tournament, we can see like a really big, massive tournament, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I am always solid. Carmack being on home ground, solid ground. I think it can be really good.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it at least.
All right.
I don't know how they run League of Legends, right? Also,
Yep.
that I don't know much about. CS:GO, they have like a 4-team Polish thing, which I don't make much of.
I know that the League of Legends qualifiers for season 3 are going to be in Poland as well, but in Warsaw. So
I'm not really sure
I'm
how
not
it's
sure
working
if-
out with season 3, to be honest.
yeah, but anyway, it's 18th to 20th. It should be a really good StarCraft 2 tournament. Apollo is going to be one of the casters. Sorry, I don't even know who else. Caloris will obviously be
Caloris,
there. Because he works with ESL, but I just only know Apollo because that's what I was working on. And then Adebisi will be the observer. So if you're a fan of commentators, watch it for the commentators. If you're not a fan of players, watch it for the players as well. But it should be a really good tournament. So 18th to 20th. Also in StarCraft 2, you've got Pro League still ongoing, as it always is. Mike would have been able to tell you more, but I'm sure if you're already watching that, you know everything about it.
Oh, it's regular as clockwork, so
Yeah.
Pro League, go watch it.
And then in Dota 2, you've got the defense. Group stages are coming to a close. One of the groups has actually been... Dignitas are winning one of the groups, right? There's like 6 groups.
We're 6-0 in one group.
Yep.
I think Fnatic is 6-0 as well in their group, but we're doing really well.
Yep, so those are coming to a close on Sunday the 20th, so make sure you check out the defense on joindota.com. Other stuff in Dota 2, you've got the Raid Call Dota 2 Season 2. League stage games are still ongoing, so that's EG's Masters Cup, which is commentated by AC and Draskell. And you've also got Neo Dota's Killing Spree, which is also commentated by Draskell. Forgot his co-commentator's name, but the Killing Spree was what we talked about earlier. It's the 4 American teams. You've got Fnatic, Dignitas, Team Liquid, and EG. And as they win games, they accumulate more money if they get consecutive wins, like $100. So you can check out more information if you just Google Neo Dota. In Quake Live, if you want to watch some Quake Live on Sundays, you've got the Face It Daily Cups that are happening. And that's it. That's the end of everything, guys. That's what's coming up.
I just want to add about Inter-Extreme Masters with the League of Legends. They have the massive lineup with this Game Week Gaming, the old Moscow 5, Meteor Makers, Cursed, Azuba Blaze, SK Fnatic, Pulse, and Azuba Frost. So, I mean, this League of Legends tournament, it's going to be massive. I think it's going to be really cool. And I don't know how big League of Legends is in Poland, but I assume it's super duper big.
And actually, I think the lineup of what they've got working with Apollo and Caloris over there, they've actually got a lot more people. So I've got a feeling they're going to do something really good for the StarCraft 2 section in terms of commentators, analyst desk, and all the kind of stuff to keep you entertained between matches. So I think IEM are definitely... looking for a big finish to the end of their season.
Finally a really good event.
Huh?
Finally a really good event in a good time zone for Europeans as well.
Yeah, we've seen them at Singapore recently, so definitely one of the IEMs.
I think it's a little bit end of the season. I mean, they will do this, and then is it 1 or 2 weeks? Then they do San Polo.
Yep.
And then they go
Then
into
they
the
go,
Seabits. I mean, this is their prime time now in the Inter-Extreme Masters, and the rest has a little bit of an off season. But I think now everybody have had a rest, so doing a push with it.
Yeah, I think people will be interested, quite eager for a big StarCraft LAN.
I like
as well.
to follow it.
Yeah. Okay, so IEM 18th to 20th is maybe the big one to watch, and we're done. So we were meant to do New Year's resolutions, but everyone's too lazy to do them.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn Mike Swedish.
You're gonna learn Mike Swedish.
That's your resolution.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give out one. I'll get a couple. Mine are pretty easy, but I've got my bet. So I'm going to work out twice a week now. Yeah, no, I'm the laziest guy in the world. Ever since I was like 23 and I stopped working out around about 21 years old, I was just kept saying to myself, this year will be the year I work out. And now, I've hit 30. I thought, and I said it, I got to do it before I'm 30. Otherwise, I'll just be like a hunchback. So this is the year. I'm just going to start with twice a week. It's going to be pretty easy. I'm going to get on the P90X. Do you know P90X? P90X is where Tony shouts at you.
Yeah.
I think it's Tony.
Your brother loves that. Is he sending it to you?
I'm going to buy the DVD. But I'll just do something easy to start with. And I'm also, I'm only going to drink alcohol. It's tough. Maybe weekends, and I'm going to drink less.
I think don't you drink much less nowadays than
Yeah.
like before?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but
That's not going to be a hard
there is a
one.
bottle of rum by my desk on the floor that's hidden. I don't know why.
Let's
hid
see.
it from
Was
me.
it the first show that you were like drinking from the bottle and stuff like that?
No, that wasn't me. That was another show. I think it's someone else. You're drunk, Hellspawn. Go home. And I'll give out more of that. But I'll start with that to make sure I do it. So next week,
You're going to start working out.
go work out twice by next show.
We'll bust out
And
the
then you
bench.
guys have to come up with yours, and we'll do punishments and stuff.
I've got a semi one. I guess I can bring up the one I was telling you about earlier with Red. That we're going to commentate together at least once.
That's a
this
New Year's
year.
resolution.
That's one of them.
You're going to become a good StarCraft 2 commentator. Love it. Brilliant. That will do wonders for the show.
We got it. We got it. It's going to be easy.
I think you're really good, Semmler.
Thanks, Hellspawn. You got a contract for me?
Maybe.
Yeah, hire him for DreamHack.
There you go.
I'll
In
give
the
you.
bag.
I'll give you $200 if you take him away just for a weekend.
We can see what we can do.
And then, actually, we're playing a lot of Civ 5, right? Is there any game, I want to ask chat, any game better than Civ 5 for that kind of...
Yes.
Age of Empires 2.
In March, SimCity will come back
Oh,
and
shit.
defeat everything.
SimCity, what?
Yes.
It looks good. It looks
Okay.
good.
Yeah, but
I'm
can you
looks
play-
really
so
good.
can you play
Civ 4 is
multiplayer?
apparently better.
Civ 4?
Anyway, we want to do. We decided that Civ 5 was really fun to start with, but then got more and more boring as the game got longer. So we're going to put in rules, and we're going to do an 8-player game. It's going to be the most epic game of Civ 5, or
can't
whatever
wait.
game that you guys think's better, and we can have a look at. Where basically we have a drinking game with it. So if you lose like your base, or you lose your units and stuff, or you build a wonder, you got a drink. So we've got Singh, who we're determined the only way to beat Singh in Civ 5, because he's Asian, he'll get drunk really fucking quickly. So as long as we get him to have at least a couple of shots early on in the match,
We're good.
we have a chance of beating him.
But I mean, it's not so much about reactions and making fast decisions.
Yeah, it is, dude.
or-
Combat?
Yeah, but the thing is
Have you
like
ever played
we're
Land?
stream it. We're stream it. We might do teams, or we might do whatever. But we've actually quite enjoyed it. Scriff fucking hates it. He thinks it's the most boring shit ever.
Yeah.
But we're going to work that out. So we'll do a really big turn-based strategy game where we end up just getting fucked, basically, for no one's enjoyment, not even ours. And so, and if anything's better than Civ 5, tell us and write it on the Reddit thread. Reddit, the good studio, so we know. Reborn, to talk about that, everyone asks. Basically, I'm still waiting for investors to get back to me. They had the meeting last week. They've taken a while to get back to me, which makes me really freak out. Like, they're not gonna, like, they don't want to give me bad news. But they go, sorry,
How
James.
do we break this with
We,
games?
yeah, we think you're fucking batshit crazy. We're not going to invest into your project. But we'll see how that works out. But I don't really want to message them like some sort of desperate girl who's like, hey, any news? Hey, guys, message me. Poke.
That's a
Maybe they're
problem.
watching your show.
Poke me. Yeah, they've been watching my show. They're making decisions solely off what I say. Yeah, and if it fails, I'm investment. I'm just gonna worm my way into another deal somehow,
Worm your way.
as I do. People are asking stuff. Please respond.
Ramble,
Apparently, I look like the
Campbell, what's-
Joker.
what'd you
I do
ask?
kind of look like the Joker in this picture, mainly because someone photoshopped a fucking. That's fucking scary.
Ramble, ask
Picture.
your question again.
Scriff. Picture time.
I was watching it on Wednesday.
Oh my shit.
It's pretty good, right?
It's not bad.
I don't think I do.
You should dress up as the Joker. Some Halloween
Robert
party.
did it. Your boss.
Yeah.
He was
looked-
actually-
It's a cool picture. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it looked good. I could do it. I could probably act.
You could
it
be
as
the
well.
Joker brothers, both of you.
I could probably act it as well because they're pretty crazy. I could also, yeah, I reckon I could do it. I could fucking freak people
Semmler can
out.
be Batman. No, it's Robin.
Fucking Batman.
Catwoman.
It's like cool cat.
That's Mingles.
Very good. All right, Newman, we're going to get you home now.
Yay!
So
I-
thanks for watching, guys.
I have a last thing.
Yes. No, we're not going home, Newman.
It's going very fast. Sorry. Yeah, but in a few minutes, go into rockacard.se. It's a breaking news coming up there.
Really?
Might be kind of cool. I would say that didn't see that coming.
What?
Ooh, are you posting it from here? You're going to press the
No,
button?
no. But
see-
Can you not do it now and just press the button on your laptop and post it live?
no.
Greycorn is writing
Why
this
are
right
you
now.
fucking posting news to be launched after we finish our news show. What kind of douchebag are you? You come on a news show where we're meant to talk about what news, and then when the show is finishing, you release news that we can't talk about for a fucking
It just
week.
happened.
Well, then fucking press the button.
Yeah, but I'm not writing it. But yeah, go to Rakaka.
It's about,
No,
it's
the
about
only
SK.
reason this is
Well,
happening is
yeah.
because we talked about the opposition today. We talked about the competition.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Actually,
I'm
go
gonna
to,
post it.
Yeah, go to the other side, whatever the fuck
I'm
it's
gonna
called.
post it
Esport
on
esportblogging.se.
esportblogging.se. Right. Hellspawn, let me just log into some website here. What was the news?
Yeah, but I think it's a big thing.
Is it
It's a
Dota
massive
2?
thing.
Huh?
Is it Dota 2?
No.
Is it
When is
StarCraft
it?
2?
It's about the biggest organization
Wait, we
in
didn't-
esports and the biggest sponsor in esports.
What?
It's about Riot.
No, it's
And
not.
Monster.
Well, fucking...
Wait, maybe I don't know. Is Greycorn writing very slowly? I guess.
Right, I'm gonna message that. No, I'm not logged in on Skype. You're an asshole for doing this. All our viewers are like...
Hellspawn, what
the
a
fuck
dick.
is going on?
Did it get posted yet? When is it supposed to get posted?
We're all
like
waiting now.
could
This
be an
best be the
hour or
fucking
I know,
best
yeah,
news.
you've built
This
it up
best
so
be
much
the best
now.
news I've ever fucking read in
Well,
esports.
it's obviously too good for our show. So
Yeah.
No, that's not how it is.
no, I think
We're-
that's what we're seeing. Here.
We're all waiting here. We're all, me, Semmler, Scriff, you guys, and
But I
4,200
don't think
people.
that you shouldn't maybe overhype it.
No, we're overhyping it now to make you look like an
Well,
asshole.
We're doing it.
I think that the vast majority of the community will not. Vast majority.
Vast
They won't
majority
see
of
it
the community.
as big as me and
No,
Hellspawn sees it.
but I think people within the industry of esports see it as really big.
Well, I'm
It's
hitting
a
refresh right now.
significant
Guys.
thing.
I'm raping my F5
Yeah.
button. Where?
Crash Rakaka.
Yeah. Fucking
F5 that
DDoS.
shit.
I mean, normally the
No.
guys at following our show can crash sites. I
Wait.
put all my trust into Somi and Vivo to
Yeah,
host
that's
it
the
up.
problem. You've got
Good
fucking
thing challenging
Swami
them, Hellspawn.
hosting your website. We're not going to be able to crash this.
What the fuck?
Fuck's sake.
Where
Why
is
wouldn't
it?
we do it? Yeah, where is it, man? It's not there.
I don't know. You're crazy. Stop. Stop. We can't
See what
handle
we're
it.
doing? Everybody, go do it right now.
Who won Apex, by the way?
It's not going down. I hate Swami. He's too good at this shit.
Don't do it
It's
like
down. Hellspawn can't log in.
that. Yeah, I can.
You can't log in.
Yeah, I can.
It's working. How
But
big a dick can we
It's
be?
just my computer.
It's down. Oh no, it's back. Wait.
Is it? Hold on.
Stop it, James.
It's
What
down.
It's still
the fuck? No,
going.
it's up.
It's up. It's up. Sorry.
No, wait, hold on. It's pretty
Fucking-
it's pretty laggy now.
Fucking
I'm gonna get hate from this. I'm so gonna get hate for this.
no, you get hits on your butt.
Yeah, we're making you loads of money.
Yeah, super lots of money. On how many ads? Maybe
You've got no ads on your website at all.
Yeah,
Oh no,
but-
I'm running ad block.
This page is currently offline. However, because the site uses Cloudflare's always online technology, you can continue to surf. It's done.
No, it's up for me.
Fucking brilliant.
Alright.
That's great.
So when that website's back up, hopefully next week.
Good job.
Never again. No, but it's up and running for me.
Yeah, it's up.
I can even log in.
Alright, there's going to be news on Rakaka. You're more than welcome to check it out. Maybe we've overhyped it now, but
Slightly, yeah. I think so. I think you may have killed it.
okay. We're done, guys. We've got to get these everyone home. It's been a 3-hour show. Sorry we ran a bit long. What am I doing there? Yeah, we'll be back next week. As you know, Apollo and Adebisi are off to Poland. Draskell's coming back 23rd. We're doing work, and if we're not, and you might be on Sunday as well,
Yeah.
with BLC, and we're trying to organise the drunk turn-based strategy game.
Next
Cool.
week, that'll be happening.
Yeah, thanks for watching. This has been The Good Show, episode blah, powered by Asus. We'll see you next time.